Imagine you're trying to take the zip line and then boom, mine. And then more mine. So we put 5,000 mines on the Deadlock map. And if your question is where exactly did we put them? Everywhere. I do mean everywhere. So we gathered 2 teams of 6 Eternus players to try and figure out how exactly they're gonna, outsmart a minefield. We put 12 Eternuses and we made the whole game into a minefield. As you can see, all of these mines are slowly exploding. The Eternuses are trying their best to dodge them. I don't know how good they're gonna be at the game. We put them everywhere. They're on the zip lines. They are like everywhere. I don't even know how to describe how many of these mines are there. I do have Zook and Flare here with me. Flare, what do you think about this game mode?
I think that it's just... I think it's really, really goofy to watch the Eternus players try and dodge a mine, turn a corner, hit one in any way. So far... Oh, there's the first... I was just about to mention that. Yeah, so a big portion of this is that there's so many areas covered up that it's basically going to be a floor is lava game. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah. What do you mean floor is lava? Everything is lava. The air is lava. The tunnels probably aren't lava, which is going to make that Calico and Rem be very, very interesting in the tunnels. But yeah, so far the Eternus are trying to be insanely cautious. And all dying. The hitboxes are indeed huge, and we just see this Lash is going for a kill here. But I mean, what are you meant to do? How are you meant to approach this game when there are 5,000 mines here? They do 40 HP plus 4% of your current HP. So you can take, in this early game, like 10 or so of those in the head. But taking 10 of those plus the minions, plus whatever your opponents might throw at you, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive that one. And you do see our new interface. We do have items now. You're going to see a whole bunch of cool stuff. We worked very, very hard to ensure that we can upgrade the level of production in the Glutensnake channel. And I am so curious to see how all of this new information that we have is going to interact with stuff. And, I mean, when you're in a position like this, the minions are not going to die to mines, so might as well just push and get the Guardian very early.
Yeah, actually, like you mentioned with the new interface, we see a lot of these players are buying items like extra regen or the goose egg because it's going to be really, really difficult for them to farm. So items like that make it so they're not going to die as much or can get some passive income are going to be a really big deal.
The victor is trying to figure out.
I believe.
He survived. He survived. I think he survived. Oh, no! He was too greedy. He could have waited like 3 more seconds there for that jump start to actually give him the HP necessary to survive. But yeah, Golden Goose Egg seems to be the big winner of this format. And just in case people decide to be really, really smart about it, of course, the mines have some level of knockback, so you might be just knocked back into another mine, and then into another mine, and then into another mine. And of course, just to be incredibly unfair about it, Ivy, Viscous, and all of those invulnerability heroes, well, it doesn't matter. They're still gonna die to the mines.
These characters that, are just big and chunky, like this Victor here, or, the Dynamo, being able to eat so many mines that they can actually, make a path for their teammates might also be a pretty big deal. I mean, you don't want to have to go through a corner as the 1 HP character and hit a bunch of mines, right? But if it's the Victor, you'll be fine.
I mean, yeah, having a tank is really, really valuable, and the character that has 2 lives, even more valuable, because, I mean, the whole point of having some character like Victor is that he can just die over and over again without caring a lot about it. But yeah, Rem also incredibly valuable. He is going to have a very special ability, which is the ability to get boxes and sinner sacrifices and all of that jazz without having to be physically close to them. He can just send his Rem minions, and the Chudlings, is that how the youth calls them, are going to be able to get all the boxes in the world.
They do lots of things.
They do lots of things. They do lots of things, and you send them into a minefield.
Could you imagine if they could set off the mines for the Rem? Oh, that'd be perfect.
Oh god, yeah, that would be very unfair. This is not a pro-Rem channel, unfortunately. You have stolen far too many of my freaking sinner sacrifices. But yeah, I mean, to me at least, the most important thing is figuring out how you're going to get out of that early game, because you might have like this intuition, which is like, oh, I'll just like die a couple times to the mines, it doesn't matter, then open up a path or something. Nope, the mines respawn themselves after 5 minutes, so there's going to be an eternity of torment for these Eternus players.
A couple of the characters that we're actually seeing are pretty interesting, right? You see, like, the Lash, or the Viscous, right, being able to, you know, Lash ult someone into a big group of mines, kill them basically instantly if they hit enough, or Viscous being able to punch people as well is really a fun concept. Then you have characters that have a lot of mobility, right? We just saw the Apollo, but the Vindicta as well. Being able to fly, you're not actually touching the, you know, the lava on the ground. So you're probably not going to be dying as often.
Yes. Okay, we do see the Celeste has finally picked up the custom item that we have made for this one. This is the return of one of the best items in this game mode. This is, of course, Evil Rescue Beam. Evil Rescue Beam is, as the name implies, a rescue beam that pulls your enemies towards you. Now, of course, the pulling towards you part is not the good part. The pulling towards you and through 5 mines, well, that might matter a lot for this one.
Wait. The Evil Rescue Beam is going to be so diabolical when you have, you know, Dynamo in the game, Lash in the game, Seven in the game, Victor in the game. These players are going to pull the enemies into just these giant bombs, and they're coming through all of the mines. They're going to explode in these team fights.
Yeah, that's the point. I mean, like, again, the big problem that we have whenever we do games with Eternus players in them is that, oh my god, can the cat escape? Yeah, okay, the cat managed to escape. Ooh. It's that for better or worse, they're gonna perform the game optimally. We did like the friendly fire game a couple days ago, and it was really fun. But in part of it was that the Eternuses were willing to pick characters like Dynamo or whatever that could really screw over their team's friendly fire. If the Eternuses were just picking like, you know, Venator and Haze and all the single damage characters, the game would not have been fun. This is like an actual idea. Like, what happens if you get your entire team to go to Rejuve? Like, if they manage to carve a path, let's say that you're this Haze, right? And you're like, oh shit, Team Archbrother has gone to Rejuve. How are you gonna carve a path all the way to the Rejuve? Yeah. Like, you know, usually if you're an Eternus player, you can make it there in like 10-15 seconds from anywhere in the map. But these guys are gonna struggle. Golden Goose Egg has been popped by this word before the 10-minute mark, which is a very interesting choice here.
Oh no.
I didn't get that.
It was most definitely to try and buy a 3200 item, and then the Warden just died and dropped a 200 soul bag, so he is no longer at 3200 souls.
Oof. I think that's a very bad decision, because usually at the 10-minute mark, the buffs really start getting stronger, so your egg actually becomes stronger. But yes.
Very questionable.
Yes. And again, this is another thing that's very un-Eternus in a way. It is the fact that the bridge buffs are still on the field. It's 20 seconds after the 10-minute mark, and both bridge buffs are still there. The bridge buffs are probably surrounded by mines on all sides.
Oh yeah, the bounce pads on the map all have mines. It's going to be very awkward to get to them, so they probably just didn't even bother, right? They probably thought, you know, I'd rather just try and farm than deal with that. As, ooh, the Rem just gets cleaned up. Very...
Yeah, you don't really want to be dueling as Rem. Yeah. Especially, like, a Rem like this with just Evil Rescue Beam and Healing Booster. Not the correct build for this one.
Yeah, so... the fact that, like, the players are still, you know, taking so much damage from the mines is honestly kind of refreshing. They're so stuck in their, you know, potential muscle memories that they keep walking into areas that, you know, have so many mines in them because everyone walks in those areas.
I mean, I do see them getting more... As I was about to say, I do see them getting more confident that Dynamo just dies on me, which is really freaking sad. The Calico is regretting her whole life choices. At least it doesn't pop the healing right. Oh no! Now we're gonna have to see the rift. You have to really pre-plan the rift. Lash is trying to pop whatever mindset he can, just so he has a little bit more mobility. I mean, that's actually very interesting because that lash is unassaultable there. The evil rescue beam comes in. The evil rescue beam is going to be so important in the rift because you can just pull people out of the rift if you have a numerical advantage. But right now, it's just Apollo and Celeste fighting here. And of course, Apollo, one of the best duelists in the game. But what happens if you Intani no San straight into a mine?
Yeah, very unfortunate to, die right before the urn fight. It does look like it's gonna go to the side of the Hidden King, or sorry, the Rift fight. Gonna go to the side of the Hidden King. I think they're gonna be able to get a lot out of this, right? It's gonna be hard to defend your walkers when there's so many mines and they have all these giant minions. Potentially, if they go for it, but
I mean, it is like just not a very good situation to be in, and this rem is advancing. Of course, any sort of character that has minions put in them, Graves is one of the characters that was banned, right, is so valuable because the minions can do damage for you, and the rem just can push a lane by himself by just putting a bunch of rem minions on regular minions.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm watching. This keep running into the mine. I was so confident that they were gonna, be able to not hit as many mines, and then sometimes I'll see them walk into like 4 in a row, and I can't help but it's just so goofy because they get bounced into them. It's sometimes against their own will.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the whole game mode, is just trying to see these Eternus players figure out how they can survive under such dire circumstances. We need to really talk a little bit about the characters that have most profited off of the format. I mean, Celeste, certainly. That hypermobility, we were discussing it earlier. Celeste, definitely one of the strongest characters in this format, just because she does have a bunch of shield that she can put at any time, can fly around, and also, well, die occasionally to an Apollo.
Yeah, another character that does have a lot of mobility, Apollo. He can, has a lot of snappy mobility with his flawless advance, and it does let him actually like get around mines a lot easier than some other characters too. As we can hopefully see, he picks up the kill on not the Dynamo. Unfortunately, heals it off.
Yeah, I mean, any character that has heals built into their kit, very valuable, especially when you're caught out of position. This Haze is going to try and duel this Apollo, but just look at the mobility here. It's a nice parry and then dies immediately to a mine. And this is going to be yet another problem, because I think when somebody dies to a mine, well, I don't think you get the kill.
Oh no, wait, that's actually really grief. Pretty interesting choice that we do see characters like Vindicta, right, or Calico, ones that, are really good at picking off low HP targets, and I mean, that's the name of the game right now, right? These low HP targets, as we see, the Calico potentially going to go down to the Apollo and Lash. Or sorry, this last.
Yeah, of course. Any character that is self-sufficient is going to be really good. Any character that can get last-second picks is going to be really good. Everyone's already bruised. This Calico is, going through the tunnels. The tunnels themselves aren't mined, because the way that we pick the mines is that we pick the 5,000 most common locations in the game of like a couple hundred Eternus games, which means, because there's only 3 heroes that can get into the mines, that on average there's almost no one in the tunnels. There's no mines in the tunnels. But this Calico, there's still going to be people in the entrances, right? Because you still have to get to the entrances and exits of all of those tunnels.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very awkward. Hopefully, actually, we do see this Haze able to escape her opponents right here, as the Calico comes around and is not quite able to finish off the Victor. He might be able to get away.
Yeah, I mean, this Victor certainly has a lot of survivability and can really fight in a close space, but I mean, 2 punches from that Calico. She does get a huge buff off of her pellets or whatever they're called, because they do give melee damage, and melee damage is just so important when you have something like a Victor stuck in a bit, because I mean, you just do 2 light melees and the Victor's dead.
Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, gonna go down here though at the end.
Yeah. I mean, Calico is just a fragile character. She seems like really strong because she has her ult that makes her invulnerable, and she has a shit ton of burst damage and good escapability. But how good is that in this format where you're kind of stuck in place?
Well, if you're in the cat, you can actually get the healing, right? So it's not the worst ever. Another character, though, that definitely has a hard time, getting around the map is going to be this Warden. Very slow, and like I think we might have mentioned that the bombs are going through the Warden's shield, so he can't really shield off the damage.
Yeah, that is a huge problem. I mean, the shields are still very useful in a team fight setting because, of course, the mines can kill you, but more likely it's going to be your, opponents to try to kill you. What if Glut is laughing his ass off right now? Yes, Glutensnake is laughing his ass off right now because what else could I be doing? I mean, it's really funny seeing all these Eternus players dying in such miserable ways. It is the whole point of the channel, after all, right?
Yeah, I'm actually noticing that the rooftops are fairly mine-free. As we see in this fight right here, the 7 actually avoiding so many mines that he might be able to pick up a potential kill with the Calico on the Viscous. It's looking pretty close. The 7, very low as we see, and does go down. Unfortunately, the Viscous does ult. Oh, cancels it. What is happening?
I mean, I think Viscous ult is just too dangerous because you don't get resists against the mines. You're just gonna go through 50 of them at the same time, and I think he realized it at a split-second decision. Yeah. And we're back. Of course, this Rem is not a 1v3er, but with evil rescue beams, he's not gonna even be able to make it out. As I say that, look at this movement, but not gonna be enough. Celeste can movement much harder than you ever can, Labubu.
Yeah, a character like Celeste, we've mentioned it before, just able to take so many unorthodox routes that you're basically never hitting mines. Unfortunately, more grounded characters like this Calico here are going to be, on the ground all the time where the mines are, so it's going to be quite difficult to get around as freely as you would normally.
I mean, like, does Calico care? Calico can go through 50 mines. She does have a lot of healing with cat form. She does have like 30 HP a second or 40 HP a second, which is, more than enough to get rid of some of these mines effects. But right now, my thought is you should be going for mid. You have a nice little advantage. You have all of your players in the center. You see that everyone's on the sides. How are they going to pivot quickly enough to contest you? On the other hand, this Apollo is here. It is almost killed this Vindicta. Of course, well, killed this Vindicta, not almost killed this Vindicta. The mines do wrap her up. And I mean, when the mines wrap you up, okay, here it is. The mid plan is here, and I think it's one of the most brilliant things that you can do. There are just so many mines around mid, you cannot engage around here properly.
Yeah, if you're the Dynamo, you could potentially set up in an area where there's a lot of mines surrounding you, but not right under you, and pull people into it, which, is definitely going to mess up some of these players. Apollo in.
Future Snake here. So, who wins this mid-boss fight? It is a bit funky. You have to look at ults, heroes, cooldowns, positions to try and even figure out what the hell is gonna happen. That's why I made Rejuvdle.com, a website where you can figure out in the daily how 5 different Rejuve fights across 5 skill levels went by looking at the cooldowns, what heroes are there, and where they are on the map. Check it out in the description below. Anyway, back to the show. Oh yeah, there's just so much. Look at the mid-boss pit. People already dying. Lash is going in with a massive ult. Secures number 1. Secures number 3. But the Dynamo comes in. Throws a bunch of people more into the mines. But is there going to be any follow-up? The Dynamo comes with a very good quantum. There is some healing happening there. Or is it evil rescue beams? Who the hell knows? He is surviving somehow. He needs to go back into the mines. And Apollo being the king of this format. The one Rejuve that is left is for Team Sapphire. A whole bunch of picks here. That 7 is going to go down. And I think Team Sapphire has managed to turn this mid around despite the lack of ability. This is like one of the big problems, right? Usually when you get 3 or 4 picks like that, you turn the Rejuve, you get like a whole bunch of advantage. It feels so comfortable to just go straight into the Walker, but the advance is slow and steady, so like a Napoleonic army, just positioning themselves. In the meantime, Lash has grabbed that urn, will probably be able to secure it relatively easily. Urn is just so hard to contest with a flying character like the Lash. On the other hand, the Assault is just going fine. I think they're going to be able to get this Walker relatively easily.
Yeah, the Victor ult does get popped while the 7's inside, stunned with the chain. Oh no, that's so dirty. 7 actually, wait, is able to live because the Infuser healing with the ultimate. Oh no! It got turned around!
Yeah, I mean, like, that is the nature of 7, especially a green 7 like this. Not going to have a lot of damage, but in a team fight situation, in an open area, like that Walker, that 7 can just turn the whole freaking game around. This Apollo is there by himself. Calco is going to be looking to chase a little bit, but I mean, look at the power of the air. You just cannot go into those mines, but it's not going to matter. That Celeste is more than enough of a match for this Apollo, and the Lash also is going to die. A Walker for 5 deaths? I don't know. How do you count that one, Flair?
Well, it's technically 6 because they had a rejuve as well. It's just not the greatest turnaround. I mean, these mines just are making it so difficult to advance on enemy teams. They have so much defensive pressure that the game is just slowed down to a crawl.
Yeah, of course. And when the game is slowed down to a crawl, it's gonna go late. But I mean, when the Eternus get that 90-second death timer, I think they're gonna be able to pull something very quickly. But the counterattack is coming in from Team Amber. We say they're slow, but look at them. They're already at the Walker, and of course they're gonna be able to secure it. Now, can they back in time, or is Team Sapphire gonna be able to contest? Oh no, getting hyperlined into mines. That is not a good position to be as a 7, but there's just no follow-up.
Yeah, I guess it's just too hard to follow up through the mines. Like, it's just so useful for a character or characters on this team, right? That they can actually hide behind them, right? The Victor is very slow, and being able to run away and people can't chase you as much, really useful. We saw that with the 7, of course, even though he got hyperlined.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the evil rescue beams are proving to be so freaking useful. I've grabbed this Celeste into a fight that maybe she doesn't want to have. The entirety of Team Sapphire is around here trying to pick her, and they have finally done so with no sacrifices of their own, which is, you know, pretty good. Celeste, oh my god, the cat is patiently waiting for the duration so she can go back in the tunnels.
That's the name of the game, right? I think it is patience.
Yeah. You gotta be very freaking important. Oh no, you can't go through the mines! No! Poor Warden. Poor Warden. But yeah, another Walker is going down, and this time it's not going down to a hero, but it's going down to minions. The minions have unlimited reign under these circumstances. Tanya-san comes with no quantum entanglement. That Dynamo is in a very crappy position, but he does have a lot of other tools too, and he can press that 4 anytime he chooses. Is there going to be any follow-up though? Yes, there is. Because there is the Vindicta, and the Vindicta is going to protect her teammate, and that is a dead Lash. Rift has just opened up, and of course, as we said, pivoting towards Rift is just so difficult. The only person willing to contest there is an Apollo, and that Apollo is waiting for that 30-minute egg. We do see a whole bunch of 30-minute eggs here. We see, what, 6 30-minute eggs? That is insane. This is the most I've ever seen in a Glutensnake event.
Yeah, I would think that everyone should have had an egg, to be honest with you. I saw some players use it, of course, to get a early buy. As we do see the Vindicta trying to drop off the urn, but...
There's just mines there.
Oh, of course! I was...
I mean, it is the most common location to go in any game, right? Like, just people want to drop those urns off. Never mind, the Vindicta was just having mouse issues. Classic. But yeah, those minions on lane number 1 are so dangerous and heading straight for that opponent's base that Haze is going to have to intercept them quickly. The Viscous Cube has been open. This 7 is going to be looking for a kill, but he is 1 mine away from dying, and what is he going to do? Of course, the Dynamo healing, incredibly valuable, is going to allow Team Amber to just grab all those doubles and get a little bit more soul lead. And Celeste, as is tradition, 2v1ing.
Yeah, we are seeing a pretty... I mean, honestly, it's pretty close on the souls, right? They're only about 2,000 souls ahead. So we see the Lash and Rem fighting the Celeste here.
Yeah. I mean, of course. And we do see that a whole bunch of smaller items are being bought just to fill those slots. With all the walkers being dead, there's a whole bunch of flex slots available. Just stuff like Enchanter's Emblem, giving people a little bit more health, get them a bit more above just like the health spike, if you will. This 7 does have 11,000 souls, and he's going to be looking to buy some very spicy stuff. Escalating exposure, perhaps?
Oh man, this is a horror movie for the 7 right now. The dying right here would be so unfortunate at such a low HP, but oh wait, the Haze has DC'd.
The Haze has DC'd and has been noticed. But yeah, I mean, disconnects are going to be always common in this games because there's just a whole bunch of bugs and people's computers are at various levels of strength. But the Lash comes in and going to throw people right into a whole bunch of mines. And I mean, we do see the damage here, but of course the healing is still there. The fight is very good. I mean, Dynamo has proven to be a very, very good choice here. And the Lash does have that flog too. Dynamo is chasing. He's thinking about getting an ult, but is he going to be able to do much? The evil rescue beam makes sure that he does not. And Team Sapphire with 2 picks on the field. They're going straight for that mid-boss.
Yeah, picking up mid-boss here is going to be a big swing on the game. They're probably going to be able to hopefully get some base guardians. They are, you know, I mean, the 2 biggest teamfight characters on the side of Hidden King are dead here, so it's very unlikely that they're going to be able to turn this around, you know, 4v6. So ideally, we'll see at least a lot of pressure on the bases or on the base of the Hidden King.
I mean, it is proving to be a very difficult situation here for Team Amber. Like, how are you going to contest? You don't have anything here. Calco is coming in. She does only have 700 HP. I don't know if that's going to be enough to do something really funky, but she's looking for it. Oh, yes. Gets a massive amount of parries. Is that going to be enough? No, it is not. Team Sapphire parries harder. Celeste is trying to protect, of course, her camps around here. When you get Rejuve, one of the big things you want to do is like try to start fights close to the camps. Try to get one of those stray heroes picked. But Celeste is just a very difficult hero to pick, but the evil rescue beams are proving so good at enabling that Celeste stays in the fight. But, I mean, like, Celeste is just a very dangerous character to find a long fight because of her damage amp. She's going to get amp after amp after amp with those dazzling lights, with those light eaters, whatever the hell she has. And it's going to be very difficult to pick her off. Haze comes in. Can she chase? I mean, her ult is really good at chasing, especially when it's maxed out, but is it going to be good at chasing through mines? I don't think so. The Victor is gonna die here though. No, the Rem comes in at the nick of time, and I mean, this is just such good gameplay from Team Sapphire.
Yeah, unfortunately though, Victor is gonna go down. Haze not looking likely to win this 1v1 against the Rem. Yeah, does get picked up as well. We do see only 1 death on the Archmother side with 3 for the Hidden King, and they still have 1 rejuve, so ideally we will see at least some base pushing right now as the Apollo chases down the Calico, hoping to get 1 more kill.
I mean, that Calico is vulnerable, but she does have her ult that can give her a little bit more breathing space if she needs it. The ult gets immediately activated. That repulse is not going to be enough. But oh, the Rem sleep. The Rem sleep into evil rescue beam. That is low-key evil. Hell no, that's high-key evil. And that's 4 members dead of Team Amber.
Yeah, there are 4 magic carpets on the side of Team Archmother right now. So I assume they've realized that the lesser gravity is huge, and the mobility from Magic Carpet will at least allow them to dodge a lot of bombs. It's also just really, really funny to see so many Magic Carpets on one team.
Yeah, I mean, it is very good technique. The only ones in the zip lines are very close to the base, so the air is mostly free, I guess. But yeah, the assault has started, and those base guardians are going to be so valuable. If you get base guardians and rift minions up, oh no, I don't think it's possible to do a comeback here, because like normally the way that you would do a comeback if somebody gets your shrines is you will destroy the opponent's shrines, but how are you gonna get there? Like, it's just impossible with so many mines. It's gonna slow your whole path down.
Yeah, slowing down is definitely the name of the game. A lot of these later game characters are just thriving in this environment because the game is so slow. As we do... Oh, the rescue beams are pulling the Celeste all around.
Yeah, I mean, Celeste is just a very hypermobile character. She's the sort of character that really, really hates those rescue beams. She does manage to escape though, and suddenly there's 2 members dead of Team Sapphire. It seems like a base assault is just nigh impossible under these defensive conditions, and we do see that this 7 has gone for a refresher, and Indomitable, he does not need damage. The 7 ult is damage enough, and it makes sense. The mines are going to do the damage for you. You don't need... You could just force people out, and of course the evil rescue beams. You don't really need that escalating exposure, and suddenly that's 5 members dead from Team Sapphire. The base assault has kind of failed. Gluten, why? You evil soul! God. That's how you know I've struck the right amount of balance, you know? It's just people accuse me of being evil and wanting to torture people. On the internet, guys? Come on, what is this? Live leak? No, this is YouTube.
Oh, watching these Eternus players run around the map in different ways and getting hit by bombs around corners it will never not be fun. As unfortunately, it looks like the haze is gonna get caught out here by the warden underneath the shrine. Does go down. Ooh, it's not what you want to see.
Yeah, losing your haze, which is a main source of DPS, one of your 2M1s in this specific position, not a very good thing. And I mean, Celeste is probably going to be able to back out, but oh no, she gets caught out, and the Rift minions are there too to defend her. But is that going to be enough? I don't think so. This Celeste is in a very tight position here, and you can't walk back because, you know, back there's mines. Mid has immediately started again. Team Sapphire does have 2 more players right here. And I mean, are they going to be able to contest mid in time? I don't even know. We're going to have to see another pick in that 7. And I think Team Sapphire is going to have a relatively safe mid here.
Yeah. Definitely losing 3 players right before the mid boss is not what you want to see. We do still have a Lash ultimate and a Victor ultimate, so it's not likely going to see a turnaround, I do not think.
Well, I mean, again, Dynamo does have ult. Calico is right there. We do see not a lot of unstops and indoms. There's a bunch of stuff that, of course, can ensure that they will survive. There's Lash ult, there's Victor. There is tools in their arsenal, but it is not going to be an impossible contest from Team Amber. They are already around. They are looking for something.
Yeah, they are arriving. The haze is on the way. Or not, actually.
Alright, 1 for Team Amber, 2 for Team Amber! The Dynamo ult is massive! Who could have predicted this entire Rejuve? This is a Rejuvdle style Rejuve. I mean, this is insane. This is the sort of unpredictable events that can only happen in the Glutensnake event. With 2 Rejuves secured for Team Amber, it seems like the impact of that Team Sapphire advantage has been certainly reduced.
I just feel like all of these just massive teamfight turnarounds from these massive teamfight characters are really fueled by these mines. Of course, every fight you would expect a few mines to go off, but being able to throw people in or use the Dynamo ult or just get picks like the haze right here onto the warden are so massive for this game. You would think that they would try to avoid them more, but every time you turn a corner, there's one. Every time they try anything, they keep getting hit. It's so unfortunate for these players.
Yeah. I mean, we had an earlier version where you could just, like, kill the mines, but it wasn't as fun as this one. And that is a shrine. And that shrine is certainly worth a shit ton of money. Victor really threw his life there, but I think it's going to be really worth it. The economy that comes with those minions who can go through the minefield, gonna matter a fair bit.
The Lash being chased by another player on Magic Carpet while on Magic Carpet does fly into a mine.
I mean, yeah, you gotta chase to the ends of the earth.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
oh,
like a dogfight. Ooh, yeah. I mean, the value of Warden is really being proven right now, as the Warden hook is really, really powerful, but the fact that you just cannot go immediately in the shortest path outside of it, because you're gonna just hit 5 mines. The Warden is a really, really good choice here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. A lot of these characters just, they're definitely, like we've mentioned throughout the game, all of these characters seem to be just solid picks for this format. Of course, you know, we expect that from these Eternus players with their innovation and, you know, skill at the game. As it does look like the Apollo might pick up another kill on the Celeste. He's getting rescue beam. Oh no, the Apollo's getting bounced around by this Celeste and the Viscous, and does look like he's not gonna pick up the kill, but is able to get out.
Yeah. In the meantime, there is a haze deployed very deep in the enemy base. Finally dies to that Victor. I don't even know what the frick that was, but
it's a desperate attempt from the side of Team Amber to try and, you know, turn the game around any way they can. They definitely are not winning many team fights outright, but I don't know. I think that any attempt from them is something we want to see.
I mean, it is strange because they are the team that's technically in a solo lead. We do see this Viscous throwing themselves into the enemy base, but I think the bigger goal was just sacrificing himself so that his team can get the Rift, get those Rift minions out. and more magic carpets are getting bought at every single point. They've realized that the ground is toast. They might as well just fly.
Almost everyone in the game has a magic carpet. There's only 3. It's just the Vindicta, the 7, and Haze that do not have it currently. But Vindicta technically doesn't need it, so probably won't see it from her. It's just so goofy to see a game like this from the Eternus players.
It really is. It legitimately is one of the most entertaining games. One of the things I enjoy the most about the Glutensnake channel is when weird stuff is bought and weird strategies are executed. But even in the weirdest games, the Dynamo ult is still a Dynamo ult and does a whole bunch of disruption there. The 7 is going to click on that ult again. And I mean, the Infuser doing God's work here. Several picks. 3 people dead from Team Sapphire. 4 people dead from Team Sapphire. I think Team Amber is allowed to push and maybe even get some shrines here. And I mean, that lead is being used. That lead is being used, yeah, while the Rem is farming their doubles. Because it is a Rem. What else is he going to be doing? The Calco is going in and trying to do a whole bunch of work into the shrines. But the evil rescue beams into the enemy formation are proving to be so strong. The knockdowns to the Rejuve in the meantime is falling in. The 4th one for this game. I think it's going to be a pretty safe secure for Team Ember.
Yeah, these, you know, the scaling stats of that you get when you kill the Midboss, you know, it's actually adding up this game, right? 4 rejuves, you know, you don't see that very often. As we do see another fight going on, looks like we are seeing a lot of stuns come out from the enemy team.
Yeah, I mean, stunts are just so key because if you stun someone there, you're gonna like break their concentration, you're gonna break their active abilities, and you're gonna ensure that you can do something with it. Stunts are just the name of the game in the late game, and that's why items like Indomitable, which seem like, oh, this seems a lot weaker than Unstoppable. Actually, no, it's really good. It is a very useful item. You have Indomitable and Unstoppable at the same time if you really, really want to. This Haze, in the meantime, is going to get picked by this Apollo, almost certainly. The Rejuves are just running out, dude.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing a just big shrine take finally happening for the side of the Hidden King as the Warden does go down. 1 shrine drops. They're going to look to take the 2nd and potentially a first phase of eventually the first phase after they take the shrine.
Yeah, of course. Now, the big problem is that, you know, your Haze is low health in the back, your ults are kind of done, you have like a Vindicta or a Sniper or something. Can you get that 2nd shrine and get out? What does getting out of a fight like this even look like? Maybe you just have to, like, you know, bash your head against the wall and hope you can get that patron down.
Yeah, but I mean, they're kind of just still fighting. They're actually still winning, right? The Apollo just goes down, the Rem just goes down. Victor loses the ultimate and is almost dead, not dead right now. They might be able to just end the game here.
I think so. I think that this is going to be the end of the game. Team Sapphire is just going to go down. It is going to be the last seconds. I don't see any reason for them not to stay here with several heroes down. The Viscous is almost dead as well. The Dynamo is up in the air. He does have his ult again. He has 1 goal and 1 goal alone. Ensure there's enough space here. Maybe even press that 4 prematurely right after that curse. It's not going to matter. GG.
What a game, folks. Do not forget to like and subscribe. If you'd like to see more Eternus suffering, you should check out this game of Eternus vs Initiate, but we gave the Initiates infinite pianos. Comment below about what video you'd like to see next, and give us some feedback on the pinned comment. Thank you so much to our Patreons, and have a good day, folks.